Good morning, children. I'm Purnima and I welcome you to my class of English. Children, today we are going to do the same lesson which we were doing day before yesterday in my last video, which you have seen. And what was the name of the lesson? The Midnight Visitor, written by Robert Arthur. We have already discussed about the author in our previous video. We have discussed the background, we have discussed the theme of the story, and today we are going to do the explanation of the lesson. But before we do the explanation of the lesson, let me revise the important points with you. So for first points was there are three character. One is Oswald. He is a secret agent. And Fowler. Fowler was a romantic writer. He wanted to write something about Oswald. And then Max was there, who wanted to take some important paper. He was a evil-minded person. He was not a good person. He was a criminal. So these three characters are there in the story. One was Oswald, the secret agent. The other was Fowler, and the third was Max. Now, I will be telling you about Fowler. We will be starting our story with Fowler. Fowler was a young romantic writer, and he wanted to write something on the secret agent and Oswald. So he comes to meet the secret agent in his office. Actually, he had come to gather necessary material for his book on secret agent. Actually, what was the main purpose of his coming? That he wanted to gather some material for his book on secret agent. Like all people, Fowler had also formed quite a romantic picture of the secret agent as represented in books. Now, children, like all the writer and like many people, what they have got a view for the secret agent, that he should be tall, handsome, with a lot of beauty surrounded by him, a lot of girlfriends surrounded by him, and a lot of money, nice, living in a nice house, in a nice home, and then having a nice car. But when he went, so he was writing something about the secret agent, but when he went to meet the secret agent Oswald, his ideas about the secret agents were shattered. He was not the secret agent which generally the people thinks of. So Oswald did not fit any description of the secret agent which Fowler had ever read or imagined. And children, Fowler felt a little let down because he was not up to his expectation. Oswald, first of all, his office was in a very, very small room on the sixth and the top floor, and whatever he was imagining about the about the children, about Oswald and all that thing, he was thinking he would be quite a smart, tall, young and handsome man, but he proved to be just opposite. He was sloppy, fat man. He was quite fat. He was sloppy person. He had an American accent. The way of speaking of English was American, and Oswald himself felt that Fowler was disappointed after meeting him. So he felt, Oswald himself felt that Fowler was disappointed after meeting him. Now he was also aware of the look, the children, what people believe of mostly of the secret agent, that they should be very active, very smart, handsome, young looking personality. But he also knew, but he was just opposite of it. So he knew that he was disappointed a bit. Now uh, now he started asking him, Fowler, anyway, since he had came to his office, now he had to take his interview, he was asking about him. So Oswald told Fowler that he had a very important paper in his custody. So he was telling about him, and when he was asked about some of his important work, he told very important paper he was having in his custody. Someday that paper might, well, after the course of history, Then Oswald switched on the light. Fowler had his first authentic thrill of the day. He saw a man with a small automatic pistol in his hand, and children suddenly uh, they had a feeling. In fact, Oswald had a feeling that something is fishy in his room. And when he switched on his light of the room, he saw a man was standing there with a pistol in his hand, and he was Max. So Max entered in a room with a pistol in his hand. Oswald was stunned to see Max in his room with a pistol. Now, children, he was very much surprised at how he came there and in his room with a pistol in his hand. He had thought he was in Berlin. Max was slender, crafty, and had the face of a fox. Now, Max was very looking cunning person. He was, though he was slender, he was thin, but he was very crafty and had a face of the fox. There was nothing menacing about Max except his pistol. So there was nothing. There was nothing very something dashing in his personality which everybody can get interested in, but except his pistol. Max demanded the important report concerning some new missiles that was in the custody of Oswald. Now, children, he was asking. He showed the pistol and he asked for that paper which was related with some missile, concern some new missile, and that paper was in the custody of Oswald, the secret agent. He wanted to take it from Oswald. Now Oswald cooks up a story about balcony. Now, children, Oswald, though he was not a very smart looking person, not very tall, thin, slender, but he was the person who had, he was the person that children, that person, what he had done, he was within a great presence of mind. So Oswald, he had a presence of mind and he cooked up a story quickly. So about the balcony. On the spur of the moment, Oswald cooked up a story. He told Fowler and Max that his balcony below the window had become a big nuisance. So, children, the way he told, it looked as if he is telling the truth. He told that the balcony below the window had become a big nuisance. It was the second time in a month that somebody had got into his room from there. And he told somebody, this is the second time somebody has entered in his room through that balcony. Max showed his ignorance about the balcony. When he told that loudly, Max showed his ignorance towards the balcony. He told that he entered through a pass key. Oswald told Max that the balcony actually belonged to the other apartment. It extended under his window. So he told me that Max told I don't had any idea whether that balcony was there or not because I had entered from the pass key. Oswald told Max that the balcony actually belonged to the other apartment. It extended under his window. And suddenly, children, they heard the knocking at the door. Max was standing erect, not from Oswald. He was waving his pistol with a commanding gesture. So, children, he was waving a pistol and he was asking him to hand over those papers to him. Soon he heard a knocking at the door. Oswald cooked up another story at once. And children, what happened? Oswald, he cooked up another story at once. He told Max that it should be the police. He had very important paper with him. He told Max that it should be police. He had a very important paper with him. He needed a little extra protection. So he needed a little extra protection. He had told the police to check on him to make sure that everything was all right. Fowler jumped aside. Max bit his lip nervously. Oswald threatened Max that the police would enter soon as the door was unlocked. They would not hesitate to shoot. Now he told that I've already reported this to the police and very soon they will be here inside and you will be inside the lockup. Now Max became so frightened, so nervous that he jumped out of the window. He was unaware about this fact that actually he had cooked up the story, false story of a balcony. No balcony was there. And children, you could have imagined that what really happened to Max. He must have fallen from the 6th floor to the ground and he might have risked his life also. So Max was nervous. He asked Possible to send the police away or he would not hesitate to shoot. Now children, he told him either you send the police away, otherwise I will shoot you. The knocking at the door became louder. Max kept his body twisted and pointed his gun at Possible and Fowler. He put another leg over the window. Still then, in desperation, he jumped out. As he dropped, he screamed once shrilly in an unpleasant note. Why he screamed? Because there was no balcony. It was for Possible who cooked up the story of vast balcony. Waiter appeared, and now children, and the shocking truth is that it was not the police who was knocking at the door. It was actually one of the waiter. He appears, the door opened, and a waiter stood there with a tray, a bottle, and two glasses. Actually, it was not the police, but it was the waiter whom Oswald had already ordered the drink for himself and Fowler. Fowler was still white-faced. Fowler children, he was still white-faced, and now he realized that the person to whom he met, he was a bit disappointed, is a very, very clever secret agent. He asked about the man who jumped out of the balcony. Oswald assured Fowler that Max would not return as there was no balcony below the window and he would have died. So children, how nicely, by not even by moving or calling the police, he had dealt with all the situation in such a nice manner that his enemy had died. And children, this shows that he was a very intelligent secret agent. So children, this is all, and now we are going to do the explanation of the story. Okay, I've already told you the important point of the story. So here, Oswald did not fit any description of a secret agent. So here Oswald, something has been told about Oswald. I am at page number 17, first paragraph. Oswald did not fit any description of a secret agent Fowler had ever read. So children, I told you three characters are here. One is Oswald, the other is Fowler, and third is Max. So who is Oswald? Oswald is the secret agent who is not at all good looking, very fat person. And children, Fowler, he was a writer, romantic writer, and he wanted to have an interview of Oswald. Okay, so he had an appointment with him. Then the third person is also there, which is important, not very important, but of course it is one of the character of this children of this chapter, and then that person is a negative character. He is a evil-minded person, and his name is Max. So Oswald did not fit. Now children, here Fowler has come to take an interview of Oswald for his magazine, and when he came he was shocked because Oswald did not fit any description of a secret agent. In fact, children, people used to think that the secret agents are very smart, with a dashing personality, with an intelligent, they looks very energetic, handsome, tall. But what about that when he saw Oswald, he simply got disappointed because he was just opposite of that. He was not very handsome, he was fat and sloppy. Following him down the musty corridor of the gloomy French hotel where Oswald had a room. Generally, children, it is described that they live in a dashing house, they live in a wonderful house, beautiful house, but he went to the musty is the children, the musty is a bad smelling place. Okay, gloomy corridor French hotel where Oswald had a room, and he had a very small room. Fowler felt let down. Fowler, children, he felt a bit let down because he was imagining something else. Fowler, it was a small room on the 6th and top floor, and moreover, children, even the room was very small, and that was too on the top floor, and scarcely a setting for a romantic adventure, and it was very difficult for him to ride for a romantic adventure. Oswald was, for one thing, fat, very fat. First of all, Oswald was very fat, not fat but very fat, and there was his accent. And children, when he wanted to take his interview, He was very much upset because he spoke with the American accent. Though he spoke French and German passably, he had never altogether lost the American accent he had brought to Paris from Boston 20 years ago. Now, children, though he spoke French and German, he can speak French and German both. But children, he was altogether lost the American accent he had brought to Paris from Boston 20 years ago. But children, when he came to France from Boston 20 years ago, his main accent was American accent. Children, English is spoken in various way, like our Indian accent. We speak English, but it is generally children controlled by the British accent because British rule us. Then there's American accent. Then there's a French accent. Okay, so different type of accent is there. And since he was from Boston, so he used to speak with American accent. You are disappointed, Oswald said Weasley over his shoulder. So children, even Oswald, he was a very intelligent fellow, and Weasley means making everything sound. Okay, he also knew that he was disappointed, maybe from his the expression of his face, or maybe he was not a very stupid person. Oswald, of course, was very intelligent person, so he knew that he was very much disappointed, and he told this thing. Oswald said Weasley over his shoulder, "You were told that I was a secret agent, a spy dealing in espionages and danger." So espionages, doing the work of a spy. What is the meaning of espionages? Doing the work of a spy. So he told him that I know you must have told that I am a you. He told that I was a secret agent, I was a spy dealing in espionages and danger. You wish to meet me because you are a writer, young and romantic. You envisioned mysterious figure in the night. Okay, so evasion means imagined. Evasion means imagined. So he's telling you must have been imagining lot of mysterious figure in the night, the crack of pistols, drugs in the wine. Instead, you have spent a dull evening in a French music hall with a sloppy fat who, instead of having messages slipped into his hand by dark-eyed beauty. And children, but when you came to meet me, I was below your expectation. I'm a fat person, okay, and I'm living in a very small apartment in a French hotel. I'm a very sloppy fat man. Instead of having messages slip into his hand by dark-eyed beauties, and you must have imagined lot of girlfriend with dark eyes, beauties. They must have surrounded and given me messages. Get only a prosaic telephonic call making an appointment in his room. And here you must have seen that instead of surrounded by beauties, I'm simply getting messages through telephonic calls. You have been bored, and by seeing me you must have been bored. The fat man chuckled to himself as he unlocked the door of his room and stood aside to let his frustrated guest enter. Now children, he unlocked the door and he knew that his guest was frustrated, but he let him inside. You are disillusioned, all Oswald told him, but take cheer, my young friend. So he told, you are okay. He was a sloppy person. So what is the meaning of sloppy? Means untidy looking person, careless and untidy. And you are disillusioned, Oswald told him, but take cheer, my young friend. Presently you will see a paper, a quite impapered paper for which several men and women have risked their life. Now he is telling, but you please cheer up, because very soon I will be telling you about the paper. Okay, and that paper is quite important paper which several men and women have risked their life, and for that paper many men and women they have risked their life. Come to me. Someday soon that paper may well affect the course of history. and he is telling that paper is so important that one day it will affect the history. Uh, in that thought is drama is there not. So now children, now student, I will be telling you about that important paper. So he told that anyway you will not feel bored if I will be telling you about some important paper. He knew his guest was very much disappointed. As he spoke, Oswald closed the door behind him, then he switched on the light. And children, when he was speaking, he opened the door of his room and he was speaking, and suddenly he switched on the door of his switched on the light, and as the light came, Fowler had his first authentic thrill of the day. Children, Fowler was shocked. It was the first authentic thrill of the day. Authentic means real. Thrill is excitement of that day. For halfway across the room, a small automatic pistol in his hand, stood a man. So children, what happened? A man was there, and with a small automatic pistol in his hand, a man stood. So children, when he opened the light of his room, suddenly he saw a man was standing with an automatic pistol was in his hand. Nothing was charming about the personality of the man, but definitely his pistol was very good. It was fully automatic pistol. Oswald blinked a few times. Children, Oswald was not also expecting this thing, so he blinked for a few times. Max, he wished, you gave me quite a start. So he told Max, you gave me quite a start. That means surprise. Quite a start means you have given me quite a surprise. I thought you were in Berlin. I thought that you were in Berlin, but you are here. And what are you doing here in my room? Now he demanded, what are you doing here in my room? Okay. Max was slender, a little less than tall. So he was a slender person, though he will not come in the category of tall, but he was a little slender, with feature that suggested slightly the crafty, pointed countenance of a fox. Okay, so now Max was slender, a little less than tall, with feature that suggested slightly the crafty, pointed countenance of a fox. There was about him, aside from the gun, nothing especially menacing. So nothing was there apart from the gun. He was not having anything which threatened anybody. The report, he told, I just came to take the report from you. The report that is being brought to you tonight concerning some new missiles. And he is telling, I want to have that report which has which is telling you something about new missile. I thought I would take it from you. You will be safer in my hands than in yours. So he is telling that that report will be much safer in my hand than yours. Oswald moved to an armchair and sat down heavily. Now Oswald did not tell him anything. Very nicely he moved to the chair, and children, he just sat down heavily on the chair. Okay. I'm going to raise the devil with the management this time, and you can bet on it. So Oswald just told him that I'm going to raise the devil. To raise the devil means to deal with the aggressively with the management this time, and you can bet on it. And you can bet on it, that means you can make it a challenge. And he is telling, I'm not going to give you any report. I will talk to the management, and there you can take it as a challenge. Whatever you feel like doing, you can do, but I will not hand you the report. He said grimly. Grimly is, children, seriously. This is the second time in the month that somebody had got into my room. He is telling, this is the second time in the month that somebody has got into my room through that nuisance of a balcony. Now children, here this point is very important. He's telling everybody is entering in my room through that balcony. Fowler eyes went to the single window of the room. Now children, Fowler eyes, he went single to the room. He looked at the room and then he looked at the window. It was an ordinary window against which now the night was pressing blackly. Now children, that nothing special about the window, no ornamental window, simple window against which now the night was pressing blackly. Balcony. Now he must have tried, he must have come for the balcony. Okay, so he must have told about the balcony, told balcony. Max said with a rising inflection, no, a pass key. So children, here Max is there. He wanted to have those paper, and how Oswald is telling him he's not at all scared, and he is cooking up the story of the balcony. Now, balcony, Max said with a rising inflection, not a pass key. I did not know about the balcony. Now he told maybe he must have looked from all the side of the room, and he did not remember that balcony was there. So he is telling that I did not find any balcony. It was no a pass key. I did not know about the balcony. It might have saved me some trouble had I known. And he is telling I have to go through a very tough time to come inside the room. If I would have knowing that there was a balcony there, I could have come easily. It's not my balcony, Oswald said with extreme irritation. It belongs to the next apartment. He glanced explanatory at Fowler. Now he told, by looking at the Fowler, he told it was not my balcony. He glanced explanatory at Fowler. You see, he said, this room used to be part of a large unit, and the next room through that door there used to be the living room. It had the balcony which extends under my window now. You can get into it from the empty room 2 doors down, and somebody did last month. The management promised to block it off, but they haven't. So he's telling this is the second time somebody is making an attempt to come inside the balcony, and the management has promised that they will be doing something, they will block this balcony, but till now they haven't done anything. So he's telling this is very strange, and I will have to talk to them. Max glanced at Fowler, who was standing stiffly not from Oswald, and waved the gun with a commanding gesture. Please sit down. Now Max, what he did in the meantime, he looked at the Fowler. And he told that, so it was Oswald. Max glanced at Fowler, who was standing stiffly not from Oswald, and waved the gun with a commanding gesture. Please sit down. And suddenly when he saw that some other person, Fowler, was also in the room, he waved the gun with a commanding gesture. Please sit down, he said. We have a wait of half an hour. So he had a wait of half an hour, I think. 31 minutes, Oswald said moodily. So he told he not half an hour, it is more than half an hour. It is 31 minutes, Oswald said moodily. So you can see, children, the humorous nature of how Oswald. The appointment was for 12:30. I wish I knew how you learn about the report, Max. Now he's only, our appointment was for 12:30, but I don't know that how you came to know about that report, Max. The little smiled evilly. Now that is that he was not a very big spy, he was only a little spy, and he children smiled evilly. And we wish we know how your people got the report, but no harm has been done. Now he is telling, and we wish we know how your people got the report, but no harm has been done. I will get it back tonight. What is that? What is at the door? And children, suddenly he told, anyway, I will be taking the report tonight. Okay. And suddenly he heard the knock at the door. Fowler jumped. Oswald just smiled. Now children, how nicely children, without showing any nervousness, he is smiling. and he is telling that will be the police. He told me that will be the police. I've called him. I thought that such an important paper as the one we are waiting for should have a little extra protection. He told me I've called the police. He know that somebody will come to take the paper, so I have called the police for that extra protection. I told them to check on me to make sure everything was all right. He told that I told them that you just come and check for me uh, until I'm all right or not. Max bit his lip nervously. The knocking was repeated. Now, children, Max here he became nervous. He started biting his lips, and children, there the knocking was continuously being repeated. What will you do now, Max? Oswald asked. If I do not answer that door, they will enter anyway. The door is unlocked and they will not hesitate to shoot. So he told what he will do, Max. Oswald asked, if you do not answer the door, they will enter anyway. The door is unlocked and they will not hesitate to shoot. So he told, now what he will do? If I will open the door, then also they will come, and if I will not open the door, they will come from anywhere else, because I told them that my life is in danger. And in that case, what are you going to do? So this was a question put up by Oswald to Max. So you can see, children, the presence of mind. And first of all, he was not at all nervous. He was very what to say, he was having a smile on his face, the way he was talking in a very humorous manner. So you can see he was not at all nervous. Max was not at all. Here, children, the Max condition of Max was getting worse. So with this, the time is over. With this, I conclude my video, and the rest of the story I will be telling in my next video along with the question answer. With this, I conclude my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.